All right, we're back with another video on our $1 to $1 million challenge. Today, I'm doing a dice strategy the whole way through this video. It's the same dice strategy. It's an auto strat, so it's something different. I've never done an auto strategy on this challenge yet, so this is a whole new playthrough, so I hope you guys are excited for that. But before we get started, I got to show our bonuses claimed outside of the website, and then we will hop into things. Okay, so the first one we got here is a weekly bonus of about $10.77. There's about 4 minutes of footage here, so if you want to skip this, feel free. But we got 4 minutes, and I just wanted to show this for proof that I'm doing everything legitimately, as always. So we won some free spins here. I think I only won like 30 cents on this whole thing. 20 cents, I only won 20 cents on that, not a lot. This one was just a free $2 bonus I got to play on this rocket game here. So they just gave me $2 just to have some fun with, and I cashed that out real small there. Another one we have is I had to bet $100 to get $5 in credits. So I do two $50 bets on this Crash Light game, and those cash out at a 1.01x, and then I wagered that $5 bonus bet at a 1.01 just to be able to keep it. So here's some free spins here that I got to play. I want to mention too that the wagering playthroughs, I don't think I'm doing those anymore. I think those are too risky. So like that one I just showed where I had to wager $100 to get $5, I think that's too risky. I think the chances of me busting on that are gonna start happening soon, because I've been doing that for a while now, where I'll do the 1.01x and wager like $100 or $25, $50, whatever it may be. But I feel like the more I play those, the more of a chance I do have of busting. So I'm trying to avoid the wagering requirements. So I think those will be taken out from going forward. So this one was a $3 casino credit, but I had a 10 times playthrough. So I had to wager $30. So what I did was I did this $3 bet, and then because I had to use the credits, I couldn't just do a $30 bet. I had to do the $3 that they gave me 10 times. So I just did 10 games on a 1.01x on Crash. And again, you know, this can crash, right? So like if I'm wagering $50 or $100, it can crash. And I think I lose one of these here. Yeah, I think I just lost that one. So I actually lost like the $3 on that, but I got a couple cents extra. So yeah, here's another wager. I had to wager $100 again to get 5. So I think I lost a $3 bonus on that, but since I played it a couple times, I got a couple like cents of profit, because that $3 wasn't actually mine. I was trying to keep the $3, but I lost that and only made like a couple cents. So I mean, that does happen. I think that's a game that actually made me realize I could start losing on those. So we're not doing those anymore. The balances are pretty big in all these outside apps, so I'm not really trying to risk going down like $50. I really sat there and thought about that. I was like, that's not really worth it to get like $5. I gotta wager 100. So we're not doing those anymore. I think this was a decent little bonus here though. Not really, 270. I mean, we'll take it, but nothing crazy. So yeah, anything that doesn't involve wagering, I think I'm just gonna try to stick to like deposit bonuses, any sort of like free spins like these I'll do. But yeah, anything where I have to wager money, unless it's a small amount, then I'll do it. But yeah, here's a deposit. So I just had to deposit $50 to get $5. Those are free money basically, because you can just withdraw your money afterwards. So always will take those. So here's one where I had to play $15 to earn $5 in credits. Now something like this I might do in the future. Like I know this is a wager, but $15 for $5. If I went down $15, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But the ones that's like $100 to get $5. Oh, that's the one that crashed. Yeah, so it crashed on. That was the bonus that crashed. But the $15, I made the profit on that. Then the $5 bonus I actually lost. So, but with all that said, that brings our total balance up, adding up all those bonuses. We're starting day 97 off with a balance of $448. So that means our net profit goal is $4.49, and then our stop loss is $17.94. Okay, so I have to vault money for this strategy, and I'll explain why, but I just want to show I'm vaulting this. So we went 10 bucks in our actual balance, because if this busts, it's an auto strategy, so if it busts, then we lose our money. So I'm going to start with 10 bucks. That's within the stop loss, so I'm cool with doing that. And I already built this out, but this is not my strategy. This is actually based on a YouTube video from HD or 4K Studios. I will link his video in the description if you want to check out the full strategy that he uses. Okay, so these are the conditions. Like I said, he goes way more in depth, but I'm just going to show these on the screen right now just so you can see what I'm doing. But the only thing I changed with his strategy is condition number 6. He starts off the video, and I've tried the video with, I've used Sheeb. I didn't use USDC. I used a different coin. I used Sheeb just to try it. And he goes from $10 to $2,000, and he got very lucky. So I tried it like 3 times. It busted every time. The highest I got to is 100 bucks from 10 bucks. So it kind of works, but he changes the strategy like throughout the video. And this starts off with like 9 losses, condition 6. And then he ends up at 4 losses, like a decent way through the challenge. And then he leaves it, or not the challenge, but the video, and he leaves it at 4 losses, like most of the way through. So I'm going to leave it at 4 losses. I feel like that's safer because every 4 losses is going to start increasing the win chance. So I think that's a little bit safer strategy. And then I will update this a little bit along the way as he does, but I'm going to leave this at 4 the whole way through. So he starts off at 9, and then he goes to like 6, and then like 5, and then 4 throughout the video. But I'm going to leave it at 4 because I feel like that's the safest way to go on that. But either way, we start this off with a 1 cent bet. And let me pull up the stat sheet here, the live stats. So we're trying to get $4.49. So that means that the balance up here has to be like $14.49. That's what we're looking for. So he starts us off on 98% win chance, or roll over 2. And starts off at 1 cent. And then when this gets to $13.30, following exactly what he did in his video, I'm going to stop the auto bet. So let's let this run for a little bit just to see how this works. So basically how this works, as with most auto strategies, is you're looking for a couple losses and then a win. So when you get a couple losses, it builds up, the bet starts to increase a little bit, and then you hit a win, and then your balance jumps up. So he gets really lucky in his video where like he hits like the lowest bet possible before you bust, and then he like wins, and then his balance goes up a ton. So that happens like several times in when he shows it. But when I ran it, like I said, I got up to like 100 bucks. I was using Sheeb, so it wasn't messing with the bankroll. I just wanted to test out the strategy, and it did work. Got up to 100 bucks, but then it kept busting. So there was like a big jump there. You saw we got 1 loss and jumped up 5 cents. So that's kind of the strategy, is the losses actually boost the bankroll up more, or like the profit. And okay, we got a lot of losses there. We got like 6 losses. So I think this balance can withstand like 9, I think it's 8 or 9 losses, and then it busts. So as long as we don't hit that, we should be good. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. I ran it up to 100 bucks like 2 of the 3 times, and then on the 3rd time, I think I got to maybe like 30 or 40 bucks. So it does have potential. Again, I think he got really lucky. As with any auto strategy, this can always bust. That's why they have the house edge. The house edge will make the auto strategies never work. Like it will never be full profit forever. I mean, you might get lucky and it could run for hours and not bust, but if you ran it forever, it's gonna crash at some point. That's how the auto strategies work. So there's a bunch of losses there. I should have stopped it and counted that, but that was probably 8 or 9 losses. Anything after that, we probably would have busted the bankroll. So You have to be mindful of that. That's why we have 10 bucks in here, because if we had our entire balance of like 220 bucks, we would definitely go past the stop loss first of all, and then we could potentially lose all of that, right? So we're pretty much at $1 profit, which is going pretty good so far. We're trying to get $4.49. So I'm gonna let this run for a little bit. I might speed up the video until it actually reaches the profit goal. If anything happens along the way, I'll stop it and we'll pop back in. Okay, so as you can see, it just busted. We hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 losses in a row. So it's possible for that to happen. Yeah, that's funny. I was just about to speed up the video and I busted. So yeah, that's proof that these aren't always profitable. We're gonna come back in here. It sets a stop once it drops below $6. So the last bet of like $2 took us below. So we got to reset this now because we're below $6. So I'll make this I'll make it 0, I guess, since we don't have a ton of room to work with. And since we're down, I'm gonna double this up to 2 cents. So this is probably a bad idea because we just busted and don't have a ton of room to work with here, but we're gonna try to come back from that a little bit. And again, I will speed this up and stop it if we bust, or I'll stop it if we bust or something good happens. Okay, so I'm being very aggressive and I put this on 5 cents. As you can see, we're coming back, but we're also taking on a lot more risk. So this allows us for way fewer losses than 1 cent. That one that we busted on earlier was a 1 cent bet and we had like 12 losses. So we upped the bet 5 times that. So it has more of a chance of losing, but ideally we're trying to play a little bit shorter with the bigger bets, hoping that we get some more wins. Because we just need to profit $3, right? We don't need it, or sorry, 450. We just need to get 450 total. So we're not looking to play this forever. We're just trying to get a quicker win. So once we get this back to $10, I'm going to mess with the conditions a little bit more. So it's working so far, but we need to get back to $10 and then okay. So we just made it back. So I'm gonna go back in here and we're gonna change this back to $6. So that's our like stop loss. So it can dip below $6. That'll let us go 1 bet below it. So it could be, since we're doing 5 cents, it could be a pretty big bet and almost wipe out the balance. But we'll see. We'll let this go for a little bit. Like I said, I ran this with Sheeb just to practice and test out the strategy to see if it works. And it did pretty well. It takes a long time if you're gonna play it though. I spent probably a couple hours just testing this. Like I said, I only did it like 3 times. It took me a couple hours, so It's a very slow strategy because basically you're getting a 1.01x on every win, but I'm only using 5 cents. So you're not really making much on that. I think, what is that? Every like 20 wins is 1 cent. Is that the math on that? Yeah, so every 20 wins is 1 cent. Then when you get some losses and hopefully recover from the loss, that's when you actually get a big boost to the profit. So you can see these like big spikes down here is when we go on a losing streak, and then we get a winning streak, or then we hit like 1 win and it would bounce up a ton. So that's what you're looking for. And they get kind of scary too when you start getting like 4, 5, 6, 7 losses in a row, because then you need to hit that next one to bounce back. But that's where you get the big profits. So this one's doing a lot better though. The 5 cents seems to be working pretty good. And he ran his balance up to like 2 grand from 10 bucks. But we're just trying to get 4 bucks. We're just trying to get 4. We're not trying to get all the way up to 2 grand. But yeah, I'm just gonna say I don't promote or condone gambling at all. If you do watch this video, like I said, he gets very lucky. Obviously, it's possible, but he gets a ton of losses, hits the win when he needs it the most, and that boosts up his bankroll a lot. So don't think it's gonna happen to you. Like I said, I tried it and it didn't happen to me. I got wiped like 3 times, which is only 10 bucks. You're only risking 10 bucks, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but just be mindful that if it sounds too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. So that was a nice boost there. We needed that. And we're a little bit over halfway to our profit goal for the day, so let this keep running a little bit. We played a total of like 2,200 games almost. So it's very fast paced, playing a lot of games. Yeah, you're playing a lot of games, so like I said, the longer this runs, the more of a chance you have of busting. So look, we're getting a ton of wins in a row here. It's just nonstop. These don't really do much to the balance. You can see we have a flat line down here. This flat line is because we're just getting consistent wins, which is good in a way, but it's not really boosting the balance up too much. Every 20 wins is 1 cent on this bet size, but we need those couple losses like that. Okay, wow. Oh my God, I was just about to stop it too. Oh, dang, I busted again. See how fast that is? So we just got up to 15 bucks. I can't even mark that, I don't think. Yeah, we were up 5.66. We were up to $15.66. I was just about to stop it, and then we hit a loss streak of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and lost everything. Oh man. All right, this was not this hard earlier. I don't know why. Yeah, this is rough. I was hoping this would be super easy. Let's try this one last time. Start off with 5 cents. And let's see if we can bring this back. Should not be this difficult. I ran this 3 times and it didn't bust like this at all. I don't know. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. It's not being easy on us at all. So our stop loss for the day is $18 and we just burned 10. So I still have $8 to work with. So let me pull out of here and try to run it up somewhere else. Okay. So I pulled out the remaining stop loss. I think it was like $7.94. So I added that to what was left from the strategy that we tried running there. So this is what we have to work with. This is the rest of our stop loss. So we got to come back pretty heavy. We got to get probably a total about like $15. So we'll see what we can do here. I don't want to chase this too much. I want to try to play as we typically would. So I'm starting off with a $1 bet. We're gonna go for maybe 5 mines. Yeah, we'll cash that out. Okay, let's run that back. One more. Okay, that's $1. Okay, so I'm gonna try Keno, and the reason I'm doing this is because we're gonna have, here, let me do this pattern here. So the reason I'm doing Keno is because if we do high risk, that gives us a chance of potentially hitting a big win. So if we get like 6 or 7, we're gonna have a pretty big win on this. But if we get like 4 wins, we still get a little win. So I like the chances of having something big happen. So we're gonna run a couple of these and see if we can get anything that pays off pretty good. So there's a small win there. But if we could get like a 13x or something, that'd be pretty nice. And I don't want to run this too long or we're risking too much of our profit we just got there. But I'll run this for a little bit. There's a 13x gain. Okay. So pretty much back to where we just were after our mines profit. I might run this down to $10 and see if we can get another decent size win. It's not looking too good. Okay, there's a little win there. Man, not hitting anything. Last one. I'm gonna do a couple more. Let's do an auto pick and let's do a couple bets on this. Let's see if we can hit something. There's a little win. Oh man, that's a good start. Okay. I don't want to chase this too far. Okay, there's another win. It's keeping us in the game, but it's just not getting us ahead. Okay. There's an 8x. That's pretty darn good. Let's do a 20-cent bet. I feel like every time I up the bet, I always just don't get any wins. Okay. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Okay. We'll just run this until we lose then. Oh. Dang, I thought we were gonna get a big win there. We got like 3 hits off the start. Okay. Dang, nothing. That's crazy. Let's auto pick one more time. See if that does anything. Dang, we keep hitting 3. We just can't hit more than 3. There's 4. There's 4 again. Back to $10. Oh, we keep getting those 3s. We need to get at least 4 to get a win. There's a 13x. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more bets. We're gonna switch this up. Do 2 more bets and then back out of here. All right, last one. Okay, let's pull out. All right, we're coming into the wheel. We're gonna do some 20-cent bets to start off with and see if we can get maybe up to like $13. Okay, there's a loss. There's a loss. We'll double this up. It's another loss. Okay. There's another loss. Oh man, that hurts. Let's go up to 80 cents. One more. Okay, let's bring us back down to 20. There's a good hit, 4x. Okay, okay. We're just trying to get up to 13, and I'll pull out of here if we can make that happen. All right, we're really close. We just need like one more win. Okay, let's double this up, 40. Okay, we're up to $13. We're gonna pull out of here and continue to do a different game. All right, we're coming back to dice. I'm gonna my typical strategy of trying to do the over 25. And we're gonna start off with a 15-cent bet. And I'm gonna try to run this up until we're around 15 bucks. I'm gonna flip this to under since we're getting so many hits. Wow. I'm gonna flip this back to over. Okay, there's our loss. 2 losses, 3 losses. All right, so now we gotta double this up. And we'll bring us back down to 15. All right, I'm gonna flip this again since we got a ton of wins there. And we're just trying to get this to $15 total. Okay, double this up. Uh-oh. All right, we gotta double this up again. Oh my gosh, I hate when it does this. Okay, wow. We gotta double this up again. Oh man. We're getting pretty high on these bets here. Okay, wow. Bringing this back down to 15 cents. Just trying to get this to a total of $15 in our balance. That's all I'm trying to do here. And we're getting close, but we can't get close enough to get it. Okay, we got 15 bucks. Whew. All right, we're gonna pull out of here and hop into blackjack. So we're gonna start this off with a $1.87 just to get, hopefully, a quick win. So we have a 13 against a 5. That's a stand. Okay, nice. We're gonna run that back. We're not gonna double up yet. 15, I don't like it. Yeah, we just bust. Dang. All right, big bet here. 10 against a 10. Oh boy. It's just a hit. Okay. I was hoping that wasn't a double. So we have a 19. Oh. Okay, we got 2 bets until we hit our stop loss here. We have a soft 16. Let's see, against a 10. It's just a hit. Oh, we got a 14. This is just eating us. All right, we're just gonna go all in here. If we lose it, we lose it. 13 against a 4. That's saying it's a stand. Okay. We hit a stop loss finally. It happens. We were definitely due for one. We've been on the craziest win streak I've ever seen. So we'll take the L and we'll enter that in the sheet and move on to the next day. Okay, so we went down about 18 bucks hitting our stop loss. So for today, our profit goal is $4.38, and then our stop loss is $17.53. Okay, so I'm gonna run this one more time to see if it works, and just see if we didn't get really unlucky, hitting like 12 losses in a row, like 5 times, as that is statistically like unbelievably unrealistic. We're gonna start off with 2-cent bet and run the same strategy and see if it works this time. So I'm gonna just speed this up and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I busted again. I don't know why this is busting so much. I didn't change anything, so I don't know why this is being so difficult. But we're gonna run it back with what we have left on a 5-cent bet amount and just try to do it again. Again, I ran this before, like I said, like 3 times. It worked every single time, and all of a sudden now that I'm recording, it's not working at all. So I don't know what's going on. But I'm gonna run this one last time here with no stop loss, just on the 10 bucks total, and we'll see what happens. So I'll speed this up and hopefully we come back from this. All right, so I busted again. It's just ass. It's not working. Look at that, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it just ain't working. I don't know why. All right, let's see if we can come back and blackjack a little bit. Let's do a 250 hand. Gives us room for 3 hands. So we have a 7 against a 5. A 9 against a 5. Say, oh, I guess I can't double that. Okay. Just a hit. That's 12. Just 21. All right. That's big. We'll take that. Another 250 bet here. There's a blackjack. Let's go. That's huge. That is massive. All right, let's go for one more. 14 against a 6. It's a stand. They had a 10. I was hoping they had a 16. Okay. We have a soft 15 against a 6. It's saying it's a double. Oh, that hurts. That's massive. That hurts. Okay, 250 again. Hit that. 13, 21. Okay. An 11 against a 10. That's a double. Oh, we're really. Oh my God. I was gonna say we're really playing with our bankroll. We're taking the risk. Okay. Well, we have $4 left, so let's just do a 220 bet. So if we got a double, 12 against a 3, it's a hit. We bust. All right, this is our last bet for the day. 17 against an 8. That's not looking good. Okay, we push. All right, 17 against a 10. Yeah, we lose again. All right, so there's just 2 stop losses. The auto strats are banned. We're not doing auto strats. That's just cooking our bankroll. Okay, that's all right. But we're down another 1753, and let's move on to the next day. So now we're down to $430 on the bankroll. So now our profit goal is $4.30, and then our stop loss is $17.20. Okay, so coming back into the website, we're going to go for a 30-cent bet, just to try to get the 30 cents. Actually, sorry, we're gonna do 15 cents because I'm expecting some losses. So let's do a 15-cent bet, and we're just gonna try to get that 30 cents right away. Okay. So now we need 8 cents. Let's go for 8, and then hopefully we just get a 2x. We don't. We don't again. Let's double up to 16. Okay, back down to 8. We miss. Let's double up. Okay, there's our 30 cents. Now we're gonna go play some live games. Okay, so we're playing free bet blackjack, the game that always treats us well, right? It always treats us well. Let's see if it treats us well today. We need to get $4 profit. We already have our 30 cents. So now we just need $4. Hopefully we can get it in free bet blackjack. Starting off pretty gross. We have a 13 against a 4. It's a stand. Okay, good thing we didn't hit there. Push. Oh, that 22. There's a push on this. I forgot. So yeah, people might be saying I was chasing the losses since I was down $10 each time on that strat. So I was down like $10, then I had to get that $10 back and then get the profit goal, right? So the $10 was wiped on each of those. That's fine. That's what I was risking in that whole auto strategy. But when it comes to like chasing, oh, is this a free double? Yeah, I think it is. All right, cool. 9 against a 2. That is double, right? The sheets are saying that's a hit, but it's a free double, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so like when I do go down in the bank or in the stop loss like that, even without the auto strategy, you got to play. Oh, that's terrible. I got 13. you got to play more aggressive, obviously, to come back. I mean, I guess that's kind of chasing. Oh wow, we should have just hit maybe twice. But I guess that's, you gotta play more aggressive to come back. I guess that is kind of chasing, but whoa, that's massive. All right. But yeah, I mean, if I would have went, say I'm down, the stop loss is, what was it, like $17, and I'm down 10 already, and I only have $7 to work with. Well, I'm down 17, or sorry, I'm down 10, and then I have to get the profit goal too. So I'm down like $14 I have to get off of 7. You have to make lower bet, or you have to make higher bets to come back from that, because if I'm gonna go for like 30-cent wins to come back from that, I'm gonna have to play like 100 games. You know what I mean? Like, you have to play, ideally, oh, we just lost that. We're gonna double up. You have to play a little bit more aggressive when you're trying to get a couple wins. So like right now I'm doing dollar bets, $2 bet. I was doing $2, $3 bets when we were lower. So, I mean, you could say I'm chasing, but like that's the strategy. You have to play it like that. I mean, that's why we have the stop loss. I don't chase too far and continue to chase, but when you're going down like that, you kind of do have to be mindful of playing a little bit different. So bigger bets, if I would have got a couple of those like $3 wins, I would have been back to break even. But I don't know. That's just how you gotta think of it. I feel like as I'm explaining that, it just sounds like I'm justifying chasing. But I don't know. It's hard for me to explain with words. I'm more of a visual person. But like I said, if you're down $7, or you have $7 to work with, and you have to get $14, you ideally want to start to get $14. You got to place bigger bets, right? So I guess that is kind of chasing, but you're not going to get like 50 wins on doing 50-cent bets to come back from that. It's like I don't know if that's the law of large numbers, but it's the theory of like the more you play, the more you're going to lose. So you have a better chance of getting like 2 or 3 big wins than like 50 wins, right? Small wins. I gotta hit that, right? I'm distracted. Yeah, I gotta hit that anyways. Oh man, we bust. I'm not gonna double up again, because that would be chasing. If I just keep doubling and doubling and doubling, I consider that chasing. Dang, we're just getting, even on the originals blackjack and this, we're just getting some rough hands. 13 against the 7, we gotta hit that. That's what was happening on the originals. We're really working for today, and I'm still down like 30 some bucks, so. And we bust again. So now I'm gonna double up on that $2 bet. Oh no. We got another 13. That is disgusting. She has an ace. Oh boy, that's tough. She has it off rip. All right, we're gonna run back the $4 bet again. I'm not doubling up. This is our stop loss. We have about $10 to work with, so I don't want to double it up to $8. That'd be pretty crazy. So we'll just do a $4 bet. And the way we're getting dealt here, I don't want to double up on that. Okay. This could be massive. If we get a 10 here on a $4 bet, this could be massive. It's gonna be the biggest comeback of the century if we hit this. Okay, 19. As long as she doesn't have a 20, we could be sitting pretty good. Yeah, I thought I'd try something different today and run the auto strategy. Bad idea. And we're back. We're back. Clutch up. Massive clutch up. Okay. I'm gonna take this to a $2 bet. We've been getting a lot of losses, so I'm hoping that we start getting some wins. In a perfect world, we get this $2 win, and then we get a $1 win, and we're good for the day. And we get a 15. Okay. Not the best. Gotta hit that. Yeah. Oh man, this is a stressful day. So we hit the stop loss twice. Okay, that's huge. The 21. Oh no. Okay. All right. So now we just need a dollar win. We just need $1 and we'll get the profit goal. But yeah, we haven't hit the stop loss in a long time. We're way above where we need to be on the tracker. So it's not the end of the world. We learned our lesson from trying an auto strategy. And let's see here. 13 against an 8. I think that's a hit. 13 against an 8. Yeah. I don't like that. It's tough. But yeah, I'm not trying to mess with the balance too much. Like the reason I'm trying to, 16 against an 8, that's a hit. A lot of people are standing on this. I think I'm gonna stand on this too. I don't like that. This has been, I just want to get this win. Let's just make this easy. Hopefully she does not have an 18. Oh man, that would have been a good hit too. Should play by the book. But yeah, I'm trying to be a lot safer with the whole balance because we're way ahead of where we should be with the tracking sheet. We can get a lot of bonuses, so I'm not trying to risk those bonuses playing like the wagering requirement promotions. Okay, we lost that. Like I said earlier in the video, I don't want to bust on any of those and lose like $50 on those wagering requirement bets on those outside apps. So I'm trying to avoid that. I wanted to try that auto strategy because like I said, it worked for me outside the video, but then during the video it didn't work, of course, when it matters. But I figured we'd try something different, a little bit safer. Clearly wasn't that safe. Got to be careful with those auto strats. I'm standing on that. But yeah, we're still way ahead, so it's fine. But like I said, I'm just trying to be safer with the balance. Good thing we stood. I'm gonna probably withdraw some money soon where oh man. Okay, let's double this up to a $4 bet. Yeah, I'm gonna pull some money out and do a savings account. That's the plan. Since the balance is above $400, I would like to start pulling some money out. I think we're hitting that point, which is pretty good to see. 9 against a 2. Oh, that free double is so tempting. The book says the hit, but I'm gonna be greedy. A 10 would be so nice. Oh, thank you. Okay. Watch her have a 9. And she pulls a 9 and then pulls a 10. An 8. Oh, we're back. So we went above the profit goal. We got $4 extra on that free double. That's sick. Okay, so coming into our sheet, that $8.31 win was pretty big. That brought us back a little bit from all that. What was that? A total of like $35 that we lost. So that helps out a little bit. Like I said, we're still really good on the tracking meter here. We're still way above where we should be. We should be at 172 today, but we're sitting at 443. So our profit goal for today on day 100 is $4.44, and our stop loss is $17.74. So we're going to reset the live stats, and I'm going to try to do another Keno strategy where we start off with 10 cents, and ideally we're just looking for this 2.8x hit, which is only 2 of these, and then we're on medium risk. So if we hit all three, it's a 50x gain. So that's our like moonshot right there. We're trying to hit this. So I'm gonna run a couple of these. We'll see how this goes. I'm not gonna run this too far. Let's go. That's crazy. $4.80. The second bet. That's so lucky. Oh my gosh. Okay. Perfect. We got that. That's all we need for today. I'm gonna enter that in the sheet and we'll end it there. Okay, so after getting that quick, easy, big win that worked out perfectly in our favor, we're back up to a total balance of $448. So if you look at where we were on the last episode, we ended off at 440. So today we're at 448. We're still up from the last episode. Starting off on this episode, yeah, we're down. I guess we're still even. We're exactly even, I guess, where we were. So, yeah, I guess today was just a wash pretty much. With all our bonuses that equaled everything out to our losses. We got, 12, we're at 13 bucks in wins. We lost 35 bucks, but total we lost, all that we lost $22 with the wins and the losses added up. So that's a net $22 loss. But I guess in bonuses we had about the same. So we're pretty much just back where we started. This episode was pretty much just a wash. We did wager a ton of money today, so that'll give us a good rake back hopefully. But yeah, so not the worst thing in the world. Today was just a break even. Those bonuses helped out, and we're still obviously way ahead of where we need to be. So it's all good. We'll take the L 2 days in a row there. And it was purely because of the auto strategy. I think if I didn't run that, it would have been fine. But I thought that would be something fun, a little bit different. And I was hoping it would work out, but it didn't. But yeah, so I mean, after like almost 40 days of straight wins, we got 2 in a row. It's not the end of the world. You live and you learn. But, at the end of the day, we're still flat. We didn't go down. Yeah, we'll move on to the next day and keep it rolling. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a comment with any thoughts or suggestions. If you guys want me to try anything that's not an auto strategy. And I have a Discord. If you want to join that, I'm planning on doing a giveaway soon. So if you're not in there already, get in there. We're going to be doing a giveaway. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.